What is the story you've been telling yourself and how has it been holding you back? And the reason why I want you to ask yourself this and make yourself question these stories that you've been telling yourself within your nutrition, working out, and those habits or that thing that you want to create in your life is because whenever we have awareness on something, we can change it.
Hi, my name is Pernilla, and this is my Challenge Your Norm podcast. I'm absolutely obsessed with anything related to personal development. And well, to grow, we got to challenge our norm. And so on this podcast, we chat about life and how we can challenge our normal way of living it to make it greater than we could have ever imagined. Just one little belief, habit, bold move, and challenge at a time.
Hello, my beautiful friend, and welcome back to another episode here on my Challenge Your Norm podcast, where today I want to speak with you about reframing your story, because we all have these stories that we tell ourselves constantly throughout our day, and it really makes up our experiences that we experience every single day. And the reason I wanted to do this episode today is because I just got off of a challenge transformation call with my October transformation challengers, where we spoke on this topic today. And I gave them a few different exercises so that they could firstly become aware of the stories that they're telling themselves, to then with that awareness choose to turn it into a story that actually benefits them in feeling at their best and reaching the goals that they want to achieve. And we specifically focused on 3 different areas: both nutrition, working out, and developing a new habit in life that has been a challenge for us to develop, or just something that we've never really gotten started with, but we've always admired other people that have had this habit. Maybe it's, getting up early in the morning, but our story is that I'm too tired in the morning, so I'm not the type of person that can do something like this. And I wanted to share these questions with you as well, so that you can start to reframe your stories that you have developed throughout your life, because these stories we make up throughout our childhood, and as we go through different experiences, we make it make sense through these stories that we tell ourselves. And some of us tell ourselves that I could never get in badass shape like that person, because I don't have the right genetics, my metabolism isn't working well, I don't have the discipline, or whatever it is that our story is as to why we could not get in that good of a shape. Now I'm just talking fitness related, because that's what I did on this group call that I was just on, but apply it to any area of your life where you see someone doing something that's in your mind-blowingly, incredibly cool, but you've been telling yourself that you could not do that because such and such. And so maybe you'd be willing to start off with asking yourself what you have been telling yourself when it comes to nutrition. Have you been telling yourself that it is so hard to eat healthy because you have a sweet tooth and you cannot get over this sweet tooth because your sweet tooth has always been controlling your life? So you've made up the story that you can't be consistent with eating healthy because of the sweet tooth. I'm just giving the sweet tooth as an example. Obviously, use whatever words resonate with you. What is the story that you've been telling yourself within nutrition that potentially has been holding you back from both making the daily nutritional choices that you deep down want to, but also really keeping you stuck in this limited belief and this limited way of living? And what has your story been when it comes to getting in badass shape, working out? Are you telling yourself before a workout, oh, I don't want to do this. Why do I have to do this? I hate working out. It's so hard. I don't like being pushed physically. It just doesn't feel good. Or are you telling yourself, I'm so lucky that I get to move my body every day, because every day when I leave the gym or when I leave whatever activity I'm doing, it makes me feel so energized and so much new creative energy. And it strengthens not just my body, but it also strengthens my mentality, so that when I go to work, I have this more sharpened clarity mindset that is determined and knowing that I'm capable of pushing through challenging tasks. Are you telling yourself that moving your body is so good for you? Are you thanking your body for what it's capable of doing? What is the story that you've been telling yourself when it comes to moving your body and working out? And lastly, ask yourself, what is the story that you're telling yourself about that one habit? You know what that one habit is that you've been wanting to develop for so long. You see other people having done that thing, accomplished that thing, daily having that habit, whatever speaks to you right now. You know what that one thing is that you've wanted for so long, but haven't been able to get consistent with yet, or haven't been able to get started on yet. What is that one thing? And what is your story about it? What is the thing you've been telling yourself is the reason why you cannot do it. For example, if you are someone who has been wanting to get up early every morning and you feel so tired in the morning, and the reason is that maybe you keep telling yourself, I hate this, I don't want to get up. When you hear that alarm go off, like, what are the things that you're telling yourself when you hear that alarm clock go off? And what is the story you've been telling yourself? Have you also been telling yourself the story that you can't go to bed early? And maybe that's why it feels so miserable getting up earlier. What is the story you've been telling yourself, and how has it been holding you back? And the reason why I want you to ask yourself this and make yourself question these stories that you've been telling yourself within your nutrition, working out, and those habits, or that thing that you want to create in your life, is because whenever we have awareness on something, we can change it. And something that I did with my community challengers during this call is I asked them, what is the person that you want to become? The person who already lives this life of having mastered their nutrition in the way that you want to master it, in the way that they work out that you want to embody, and these habits that you want to create in your life. How is their perspective? What is their story? What are they telling themselves when it comes to eating healthy? Are they saying, thank you that I get to eat this healthy food that makes me feel at my best? Are they telling themselves that, of course, I'm showing up for this workout because this is my self-identity. I am an athlete. This is who I am. I love working out. I love how it energizes me and how it makes me feel so freaking powerful and badass and good. When they hear that alarm clock go off in the morning, are they telling themselves, thank you for another day that I get to live? Because it's one in a billion or something that I'm even on this earth, being a human, getting to live this life. The chances were so small, and I get to have another day today and go into the world and move towards my goals. I get to work towards the things that I want to accomplish in my life. Thank you for all of those little things that I have in my life. Are they grateful for the coffee, for the sunlight, for the people that they have around them? Are they waking up with gratitude for the day, or are they waking up and thinking negative thoughts? What are they doing? Because once we can look at what this higher version of us, what this version of us who has already accomplished these things within our fitness journey or within our life, when we know what they're thinking and we have awareness of what our story and thought patterns are, we can then choose to get clarity on how we want to reframe our stories, reframe our mind. And when we have that clarity on how we want our new belief, our new thought patterns to be, we can then become more conscious that when we catch ourselves thinking, feeling, being in the way that our old self used to be, but we're aware and have clarity on what we want our new higher version of ourselves to be, we can snap out of our old and embody our new, step into our new. An example I gave to the challengers who I was just on a call with was that I was at the gym the other day doing a leg day, and it was freaking a tough leg day. And I was like, oh, this is really tough. But I put on some David Goggins, and he started talking about this 24-hour race that he did where he had to, run on his broken legs. And I was standing in the gym and I was like, wow, that was a massive reframing. I just, before I started listening to this, felt sorry for myself having to go into the gym and do this leg day because it's a really tough leg day. And now I'm comparing it to David Goggins running for 24 hours straight on broken legs. Damn, I'm lucky. Damn, this is going to be a piece of freaking cake. I'm going to do everything I can. And I'm so lucky that all I have to focus on is this leg day right now. And oh my God, am I going to feel so freaking good when I've completed this leg day. I'm going to lay on my couch tonight with such proudness, such fulfillment, because I leveled up and I did this thing. How can we reframe our story, our situation, whenever we are looking at something through a negative lens? How can you reframe your story? And something that I've really practiced throughout this last week is being my own coach. Whenever I know I have to do something, how can I hype myself up as I would if I was coaching someone else? How would I speak to them? How would I push them to do the good? Regardless of helping them with having more self-compassion and self-love in a given situation, or it's pushing them to do the right thing, the challenging thing, because in the long run, that's what's going to make them feel at their best. It's what's going to move them towards the life that they deep down want to be and do and have. So really being my own best coach has helped me so much throughout this last week. And I'm hoping that it can help you as well as you focus on becoming aware of what is the story that you're telling yourself and how can you reframe it into something that's going to benefit you more and feel better throughout your day and life. How can you start reframing your story? How can you be your own coach? How can you show up in the way that is in alignment with what you deep down want for you to feel at your best always, because you deserve that. And I'm grateful that you listened to my little reframe conversation here today. It was a short one, but sometimes that's what we need. We need a short little pep talk, or at least that's what I need oftentimes, a short little pep talk. And then I gotta go do the thing that I gotta go do. And I do want to share, I made like a little motivational podcast at one point. If you're about to go hit a workout and you want some motivation, highly recommend you listen to it. I will link it in the show notes so that you can see exactly which one it is. And also, if you want to become a part of my community where we have these weekly calls, you can check out the link as well below to join my challenge. And I just hope that you go out there this week and really focus on reframing your story so that you have the best week ever. Like, why not have the best week ever this week? I'm going to do my best to have the best week ever. And I think we all should. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast episode. And remember, as always, that in order for you to grow, you have to challenge your norm. Bye.